can't totally shy away from throwing the football, but at the same time, you're looking at them and going, where are the weaknesses? How are we going to move it?
One of the top defenses in the NFL for a reason. We just saw one example right there. On the ground, this is Amari Hampton. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up. This defense for the Giants, they played extremely well last week in that win over Green Bay.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
Hey, Ray.
Herbert. And the Giant rescues Holmes. Down goes. It'll go in the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack. And it's 3rd down.
And this is what you've got to do against a quarterback like him. You've got to keep him in the pocket and not let him get to the perimeter, because once he gets outside, that's where he can really hurt you.
380. Let's go. Get him. Ready.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. We'll get this into the hands of the wide from LSU. Boy, a nice play there as they wind up converting on 3rd and 15. After getting that turnover on the first drive of the game, you'd hate to just stall out the momentum, go 3 and out. They're able to avoid that there.
And we talk about complementary football all the time, but I think it's a little bit deeper than that. Defense went out, forced a turnover, gave the ball to the offense. It's now the offense's responsibility to pay that off for them, to show respect to them. Hey, you guys got the turnover. We appreciate it. They want to continue to
do 2 yards on the carry there. It'll be 2nd down. Chargers are 9-1 on the year. They come out a pretty good roll here. Winners of 3 straight.
And I thought they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Ball on the 39. Here's the 2nd and 8.
Set. 380. Run. Hey, go lion. Set.
Herbert now. That's complete to DK. Well, he'll go down, but how if they get this inside the 30? Now there goes a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
It's early, but announcer cliche alert here. Big players make big plays. Should I say in big games too? Oh, what the heck. And this defense, they're going to have to find some way to slow him down as this game goes on, because when this combination is going good, they can tear your secondary apart.
380. Run. Go.
On 1st down, it's Hampton. And that play goes absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down.
Run. Set. 380. Run.
Now Herbert with it, looking to pass. And he's going to go down. They get turned back at the 40. They push him back 8 yards and time on 2nd down. They'll make that a 2nd sack here on their first drive out defensively, and not to get ahead of ourselves, but they're on pace for double-digit sacks at this point.
But they're going to have to find a way to tamp that down, aren't they? So if you're the play caller, you're telling your quarterback maybe some screens, maybe some draws, hard count, use your voice inflection a little bit, anything to try and slow that pressure down.
And that is too far out in front of his intended target. Incomplete.
Did that just happen? I get my hand over my eyes right now because like him is going to haunt my dreams too. He was wide open. How did he overthrow him there?
Defensively, just very lucky. You know that they got away with one there. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Remember last time out they threw the interception on their first drive. Good news, their defense backed them up, so it's still 0-0 here as they begin their second possession.
Great way to judge your defense. They handle what they call sudden change. And all of a sudden, it brings against their offense and have to run out the field and try to put out the fire. Give this one great kudos for getting out there and not letting that interception lead to points. Excellent job by them defensively.
No score after one on EA Sports. Giant football, and we're ready to begin the second quarter as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. Here's Dart. Pressure gets to him, and down he goes. Back at the 4-yard line. They'll go to the books as a 7-yard loss on the sack, and it's third down. Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first. Throwing his Dart. Well, this will be incomplete. The rush gets home just as he was letting that go. That could have been worse. Instead, it's 4th down.
That looks like it's going to be 2 empty possessions now to start this football game. I think they're going to have to sit down and talk about what worked for them last week in their win. Sometimes you over-game plan, overthink things. Get back to what works.
Only 29 yards on the ball there. That's not his best. And the Chargers will be set up pretty well as they take over in great field position.
I've been gone for a little too long.
Set. Delta, set. Motion. Set.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at the yard line.
What a way to start a drive. An excellent run, a tone setter, and now, if you want to take a shot on 2nd down and go play action, make it look like the same exact play, and throw it over the top, you can do so because you've established the run in a big way.
Just need a yard here. 2nd and 1.
12. Set. 380. Delta, set.
Herbert going to give to Hampton. And he'll go down here right around the 23-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the first down. They love being physical.
Balin Tiger. Balin, set. Black 80, black. Home troops right. Ready.
Here's Herbert. And he's going to go down. They sack him back right around the 30. That's Cameron Hayward who got in there to take him down. So, Charles, no turnovers yet for this offense, but those sacks now, they're starting to pile up.
And one thing usually leads to another because they've got to figure out how the offensive line and everyone else involved in protection can keep their quarterback upright and allow him a chance to throw the ball downfield.
Go.
Out of the gun, they'll run with Hampton. Oh, great effort there. He's going to get this inside the 15, and they'll spot it at the 15-yard line. Nice run. 18 big yards on that one, and a Charger first.
1st and 10 at the
13 now. They work on 1st and 10.
Set. 80. Rock.
Now it's Herbert. They'll set up the screen to Hampton. And he takes it off for a Charger touchdown. Morgan Hampton with career touchdown number 75. And the Chargers post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this second quarter. There are several elements to a well-executed screen pass. This one resulted in a touchdown. It had all of those elements.
Yeah, you're so right, because you really need the rush to almost get to the quarterback, almost get to the passer. Then you've got to get the ball thrown perfectly, whether it's to the running back, the wide receiver, whoever the screen guy is. And, of course, the blocking has to form in front to get him downfield for the touchdown.
One off. And he won't quite make it to the 25.
Giants take over first and 10 at their own 24-yard
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. They currently sit one game over 500 thanks to their victory a week ago. Charles, they've been really an up-and-down team all year. Do you think that they have enough to get into the playoffs?
Well, you did mention they've been up and down all year, so to me, it depends on what week you catch them. When they're at their best, I think they're definitely playoff worthy. But to me, they haven't been able to bring the intensity week in and week out, and that could be their Achilles heel.
Left side, it's complete. And he'll be taken down, but not before they reach the 50. They gain there at 21 yards.
First down, Giants.
He's a rookie, and you don't want to get hung up on the word potential. But when you see him make catches like that, you keep thinking to yourself, he's good now. He's got a chance to be great with plenty of work.
And fights forward for a modest 2-yard gain, second down. We talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot. He had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try to fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
And he'll be hit as he releases it. And that'll fall incomplete.
And there's an incompletion, partner, and the struggles through the air continue because so far their lack of passing production has led to a lack of points.
So the failure to connect on second down, that leaves him staring up here at a 3rd and 8. Dart from the gun on 3rd down. Working the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's brought to the ground with another first down at the Chargers' 34-yard line.
And the Giants.
And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action. And they'll get 14 yards out of it and a fresh set of downs. Now Dart. They'll try to set up the screen. It's complete. And they'll lose yardage on the play back at the 37-yard line. Despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down.
Constantly talking about people being on the same page. In this situation, the two of them saw the play with the same eyes. They understood where the open spaces were going to be, and they found a way to get there to pick up a new set of downs.
Straight ahead, here's Tracy. 3 yards on a pickup there, and they've got it back to 3rd and 10.
They certainly had success in throwing the ball in this drive, and not as much running as we just saw once again on that last play. Stopped after a very short gain. But I wouldn't abandon the run totally, because otherwise, pass rushers just tee off on your quarterback. Makes it very, very difficult for him in that situation.
Here's Dart. early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted.
The Chargers take over first.
Well, this is simply a great read by the defensive back. It's 3rd and 10, so he sits right on where the yard-to-gain marker is, knows it's going to be around that distance, makes his read, breaks on the football, and makes a terrific play.
The Charger drive about to get going. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well, so that changes everything that you're doing here. All those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines when you get out of bounds. Here in the middle of the field, still available because you can call timeout.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up
So 8 yards on the completion there, and it'll be second and a couple. Here's Herbert. Into space at the 45. Gets it across the 50 and down to the 48. And the Chargers going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half.
First and 10 at the 48-yard line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down.
Don't stop.
Justin Herbert looking to pass. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. Second down.
That's an excellent play by the defender. He diagnosed that one, closed quickly, and helped force the incompletion.
Now a 2nd and 10.
Set. Black 80, black. Get ready to spin, get ready to spin. Set.
Back to throw here, Herbert. Well, tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. And the Giants are going to take possession here at their own 47-yard line. And an interception move on defense. Had 2 nice interceptions a week ago. Now 2 here in the first half.
Here we call ball hawking. And the only way to truly be good ball hawks is not guessing. It's not just simply anticipation. It's study and understanding what they like to do and beating them to the spot and creating big plays.
Well, they're watching the film, and it's working. Firing quickly here, that's complete. The Giants going to go ahead and use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with 25 seconds to go here in half number 1. Give them 4 yards there on the first down keeper. Now the Giants will use the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. From the 39-yard line, here comes second down at 6. Dart going to look to throw here. That one taken in by Neighbors. The Giants going to go their 3rd and final timeout. 16 yards. So as they talk it up, we step aside. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10.
Let's go. 19, Tiger, 19, Tiger, Dragon, 60.
To throw is Dart. And for the 3rd time here this half, it's intercepted. Picked up by Justin Reed. And the Chargers are going to have it here at their own 9-yard line.
The Chargers take over
A nightmare of a first half for him. That's now 3 interceptions. But Charles, with his talent, if anyone can shake this off and right the ship, it's him.
I agree, because you don't get to be one of the best quarterbacks in the league without developing some major mental toughness. So I expect him to go in the locker room at halftime, hit the reset button, and come out a new guy in half number 2.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they'll begin inside their own 10, so field position certainly not in their favor here. Going for the deep ball. And that'll be incomplete. The flag was down, so they took a shot, thinking it's on the defense. Let's see. And a penalty accepted, and they move the ball forward. So this helps to start a drive. After the penalty, it'll be 1st and 5. The final shot before the break for Herbert. Now he'll let it go deep right side. And it's going to be knocked away and incomplete. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. So the Chargers will start the second half with the lead and the football as we're underway in the third quarter. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Nice work on the return.
31-yard play.
You think the light that we have a lick is almost over now, almost over now. Something on your chest, better get it off. There'll be no one left when we set it off.
The Charger drive about to get going. And they've got the lead. CD, what do you think the message was at halftime?
I don't think the message was too drastic, I think, at the half, or that they need to change things too much. I do think the offensive line could play a little bit better. And I think they'll try and help them out more. They'll probably keep a tight end in a few more times and maybe going back to the formation to pick up those pass rushers, because they're probably a few too many sacks for comfort in the first half.
The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup. Flag comes out, and that's because the offense did not get the play off in time.
And you can see the head coach, he is not happy. Everyone getting away from him right now because he's frustrated that they didn't get the ball snapped in time.
Now they need 15 yards on this series after the delay of game. 1st and 15. Up the middle, it's Hampton. And he'll get it into enemy territory just across midfield at the 49. They get 14 yards, but not enough for the first down due to the previous penalty.
Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Hasn't had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
Second down and a yard. A run once more with Hampton. There's some solid footwork there as he'll take this down to the 48. 44 yards rushing for him now on just 6 carries to this point. They've got the lead early here in the third quarter, and runs like that are how they establish that lead in the first half.
I love the fact that you're using the word lead, because they're leading from the front, pounding on the defense right now with the running game, and truly establishing themselves here in the second half.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. From the shotgun, here's Herbert. And that's going to be incomplete. We saw this a lot in the first half, and it continues. These receivers just not able to get much separation.
So that means they have to win the 50-50 balls. They've got to go up with the defender and find a way to start coming down with them.
And this time, contact and another incomplete pass.
380. Good hut. 380. Good hut.
On the handoff, it's Hampton. That's some strong running there as he's down just shy of the 20 on the edge of the red zone. 17 yards for the Chargers there as they've got themselves a first down.
A good run there on the right tackle in an old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. It reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009-2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line. Frustrating for the head coach, frustrating for the offense. Sometimes you have to get the play call in a little bit quicker.
The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
380. Good hut. Hey, easy. Jordan. Home the troops right. Ready.
Looking to throw. Herbert. He finds his man. Complete. It's Burke. So the completion was also a 9 yards. And it's second down.
It's 2nd and 6 at the 17-yard line.
Inside 4 minutes to go. Third quarter.
Set. Catholic. Hey, Ray.
Let's go, let's get that touch.
A shotgun snap for Herbert. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
A missed opportunity for an interception would have killed off the drive. They had a chance there to finish things off. Didn't get it done. I guess that's why a lot of those guys did not play offense.
So it's 3rd and 6, and this will be the 8th play of the drive.
380. Good hut. Go. Ready.
Out of the gun, Herbert. His second touchdown of the game, and it's knocked on the year. And the Chargers take the opening kickoff of the third quarter, drive right down the field to extend their lead. Circle that drive because that might be one to remember. Well executed to give them a little cushion.
Well, let's take it into the boxing ring. You talk about them commanding it, keeping the fight where they wanted to, whether it's in the center of the ring or putting them on the ropes because it was jab, and finally, the haymaker to put that drive away.
The Chargers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
12. Go.
And they'll have Herbert try and throw for it. And it's intercepted at the goal line.
It's interesting that when it comes to 2-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
And they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And able to get this out to the 25.
At their own 25-yard
The Giants offense at the line, ready to begin their next drive. Well, the opposition laid down the challenge and opening drive touchdown here to start the second half. And, Charles, now you feel like this group needs to get an answer because this all of a sudden is a two-score game.
Yeah, you're right about that. What was a small, manageable spread to overcome? A little bit more daunting now. I think you're exactly right. Pressure is on because you don't want to get the ball back with a chance to really extend this lead out.
The end result, 21 yards.
This is what they're going to need more of. It's the third quarter. You're trailing. You've got to come out with a renewed sense of purpose. And that's a nice way to kick off the drive with good yardage and a first down.
Tracy going to get it on first down. And now they're going to get him down right at the line of scrimmage. Tackle made there by the safety going, James. Defensively, though, they had a chance there to hit him for a loss. Couldn't get it done.
Looked like somebody was able to knife into the backfield, but he wasn't able to get him down. But his compatriots, they were able to grab him at the line of scrimmage and not let him get any further downfield.
Play action now. Dart. A quick throw there, going to be batted away and incomplete.
They certainly aren't loading up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
They'll send the tight end in motion. To throw, Dart. And that is incomplete.
Looks like another empty possession offensively. And you're at that point of the game where you can't afford too many more of these. So this is going to require some heavy thinking on the sideline to figure out what they can do to crack this defense.
That'll go as a punt of 32 yards. And it'll be Charger football here as they take over. The Charger drive about to get going. And that last drive, it was all about the ground game, ground and pound.
And I don't care how we're playing the game these days, offensive linemen still want to fire out and smack the guy opposite them and move the football on the ground. They feel better about that. That's what they want to do. That's how they want to play. And that's how they got it done.
They got it for a touchdown last drive. Let's see what happens here. 43 yards rushing for him now. He's only carried the ball 4 times. So quickly all the way up at the 40-yard line.
Black 80, black.
They'll work inside here to the 43, second down.
There's a pile of bodies there, and that's when you got to find out who's a tough guy, right? Who can stand up and make a play. It was only a 3-yard run, but from both sides, they had to walk away from that feeling like, okay, I can stand up when the going gets tough in here.
2nd and 7.
Lion, lion, lion.
Again, it's Hampton. And he'll get maybe a couple if not up to the 46.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
180. 180. Balin tight.
From the gun on 3rd down. And from the open man, that's complete. And he's going to have the Chargers first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now we get into the psychology of the whole thing because a lot of teams with a 2-score lead in the 3rd quarter, they almost become defensive with their offense, just playing not to lose. I think with this team, you got to figure at this point, this is a great spot for them to go into attack mode, really try and put the hammer down and finish this one off.
Back now at SoFi Stadium in Inglewood. It's Charger football, and they've got the lead as well as we begin the 4th quarter. us ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. Second down. I'm sure that's going to be the formula. Just keep the ball on the ground, keep that clock moving.
And when you have the lead this late in the game, above all, stay in bounds. Yes, take care of the football. Yes, gain yardage, but stay in bounds and let that clock tick.
And he gets it all the way down inside the 10 and mark him at the 5. And Charles, with that completion, I'm told that puts him now over 3,000 yards passing on the campaign.
And Brandon, I think we have to start to think about where we are in the season, because right now, 4,000 is not out of the question. I think a big game or two, he's certainly capable of getting that done.
The ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
Brandon, we see why it's a team game there, because there's a sigh of relief that they just released defensively. If he's able to get that one away, that's likely a touchdown. But instead, that pressure from the front got to him and forced the incompletion.
You're right. He had him open just a split second too late on the release. And he'll be stopped about a yard shy of the goal line after a pickup of about 3. 4 yards on the pickup. So now things get interesting on 3rd and goal from the 1.
This almost becomes a Darwinian call, doesn't it? Almost survival of the fittest here. I know we can go all cliche. I'll go ahead and do it. Who wants it more here? Who has the better leverage at the line?
And this is caught. He's going to touchdown. A great effort there. Touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Chargers are about to make it 4 straight as they add to this 4th quarter advantage.
Running money up to a whole nother level. I don't know no better. When I got rich of these, yeah. Bro coming slow, 6 racks on a sweater. Think I'm cheating, I'm just chilling with the fellas. Grandma always told me never trust these. Space 60 racks on the camouflage bells. Blue diamonds on me, I'm a blue gel.
Herbert and the Chargers staying put. They'll line up and go for 2.
The Chargers will line up for the 2-point conversion.
Go, let's go.
They'll look to throw. And he's got it. So a 2-point conversion is good. And they add on to their 4th quarter lead. He hits the big target for the 2-point try. Defenses hate those guys, especially around the goal line.
It's hard to decide who you're going to put on it. Are you going to put a smaller corner on it? Are you going to put a safety who doesn't have maybe the same coverage skills? How about a linebacker? He may have the size, but he's not used to really covering in space. That's why the tight end gives you such a great advantage when you're moving the football.